We we turn your marketing from garbage to great. And today we're taking a look at a super successful book funnel and book, The Nuclear Effect. I haven't read it yet, but I definitely probably will. So the landing page is pretty killer and it's working. So let's take a peek, see what they're doing right. But remember, when we do these, we have to realize that we're doing an audit of a page that's live and currently having tests done on it. So we can't just take all of this for gospel. In other words, you wouldn't copy this exact landing page. It needs to be customized to you, and you also have to realize certain things here we don't know if it is working because they could be testing it. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. If it doesn't, send me a message and I'll clarify. Anyway, this is a good landing page, and I'm going to show you what we know for sure is working. One thing we know for sure that's working is trust logos, all right? And just look at these. Not just any trust logos, the best you could possibly get, right? Hugeness right over here. Notice they're putting it at the very top, which is not usual. I see a lot of people putting them right around here, okay? Or at the very bottom of the site, which I'm not a big fan of, but so that's something to consider if you're doing a landing page. Additionally, that's where the navigation would normally be, right? Over here we have a navigation. So because this is just a one-pager, it's a landing page, a squeeze page, a sales page, a funnel, there's no navigation, so they're pretty clever to put the trust logos front and center, gets your attention, and you know, oh wow, these guys are the real deal. These guys are serious because we see this. So when you're doing a squeeze page like this and you don't need a navigation, right? I would consider testing putting your logos at the top. Next, I really like what we're doing here. We have a dark background and a light cover, so we have a strong contrast. The book is 3D, so we've got the 3D popping, we've got the contrast popping, and also the book is very simple in its cover, so it's not overwhelmingly detailed with lots of graphic, right? It's basically a white book with some, text on it. So it really gets my full attention that we have a book, it's easy on the eyes, and then I get the title of the book right away. Got the author, and then, this is their tagline, and we have a call to action. So this is a very complete package. They're saying, this is who I am, right? Oopsies. This is who I am. This is what I'm selling. This is what it's doing for you. This is what you need to do next. And this is the trust logos up here to build our rapport. Very nice top section here. I'm loving it. I'm thinking there's nothing wrong at all with any of this. So if I was making a page, I would follow something like that for sure. Now we have a really strong heading next to get your attention to read the text. This heading is selling this text. All right, it's getting you to read this. It's not like saying about us, right? Or who we are. He's starting a sentence. Take note of this. All right, this is very smart marketing. Marketing, you want to grab people, right? Well, you can do it by starting a sentence and not finishing it. Very smooth maneuver. I really like it. And then, okay, someone will read that possibly. Then I would put a little more white space if it was me. I like to space things out. A really bad example of not doing that is .com secrets. There's basically no white space. We call it negative space, us design folks. There's just so much content here, and there's no separation, right? It feels like a never-ending sea of text. I'm not a fan of that. It's more easy if you put a lot of negative space so things are digestible, right? See what I'm doing here? Lots of negative space, digestible. So I put some more negative space here, but let's just talk about the content. He is telling you what's inside the book now, right? So we've told us name of the book, what it's about, in one line. It's a real deal, and then this is what it's going to be about. All right, so some contents, pretty simple. Another call to action. So far we have 2 calls to action, one here, and you're going to see a lot more. Then we're going straight into testimonials. Check the testimonials out. We've got really good photos of the person. All right, quality, nothing weird. the name and the quote, keeping it short too, one sentence, bam. Same over here. Then we're going in with an intro video. A lot of times you'll see these up at the top. I think it's all about the testing. Either way, your landing page needs to have a sales video. In this case, his is right here. Now, as I said earlier, we can't take this as gospel. They're probably testing that, right? And they would also test it up here as well. You see a lot of videos up here on landing pages. So right now it's over here, fine. The proof is in the pudding in actually the conversions when you make that test. So keep that in mind. Very, very, very smooth maneuver here. Actual photos of real people with the product. You can tell they're not stock photos. You can tell that they are done with a smartphone with, mediocre lighting, right? That's very smart. You never want to use stock photos, ever. I mean, good Lord. You just don't do it. You're losing credibility when you use stock photos. So very smart maneuver here. Real people, real book, good stuff. So this is a tad, design-wise, a little bit messy for me. I want to remove this because I'm losing this heading because this is too busy. But the section here is key, right? Who is this for? You definitely want to tell the prospect, you want to call them out, right? So entrepreneur, and then he's going to break it down into some of the pain points, right? Some of the unmet needs, the desires, what do they want? What's going on? So that's a very important section here. This heading is super important. Who is it for? Saying who it's for, and then breaking down pain points, unmet needs. I would just remove this symbol because it's a little distracting from this text. Moving on, another call to action. All right, that's 3 so far. You can't have too many CTAs on a landing page. You just keep doing them over and over again. So now we've got a really juicy section, literally a screenshot from Amazon. No problem. All right, piece of cake. And another call to action, piece of cake. We've got, we're breaking the monotony of white background, right? Look at all this white background. And this is something I'm guilty of sometimes as a designer. All right, we've got a lot of gray, we got a lot of white. Finally, we break the monotony. And the reason you do this is to maintain interest. For instance, if your site is completely white all the time, like mine here, you're gonna lose interest. So you've got to break the monotony with changing your background colors and contrasting it. Mine is doing okay with that, but it could do a little better. So that's something that's on my list. Also, it's just going to pop, right? Bam! We see the book again, and we see the heading. We're definitely going to notice it now. If this was the reverse, if we had this as black text, okay, check it out. If this was not a red background, if this was black text, and then the book on top, this wouldn't get our attention as much because we've already been doing white background with black text for like 10 feet, all right? So it's very smart to mix it up, break the scroll. We're doing more testimonials now, great pictures, etc., etc. Heaps upon heaps, mate, testimonials. And then bonuses. This is key if you're doing a sales page. Now this won't be applicable to anyone other than someone who's doing a sales page, a funnel page, a squeeze page, whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't, you wouldn't put this on your home page, right? On your normal website when you're talking about your company and your services. You're not going to just, start throwing in bonus offers. But if you're doing a sales page and you're selling something, you've got to do bonuses. All right, people love a bonus. It's going to help you close more. So that's what they're doing here. He's giving 8 bonuses. Are these prices actually, priced correctly? Probably not, but whatever. When you do yours, make sure you don't inflate them and be real about it. But bonuses are key for your squeeze page. Another call to action. And then just more testimonials, right? This is going really heavy on testimonials, and then more photos of people with the product. And a pretty interesting thing here, screenshots of text chats. Pretty clever way to build trust, right? Because you got to think, well, is he gonna go go the extra mile to fake all this and hire a graphic designer to create this in Photoshop? Probably not. you know? So it's pretty decent for building trust. And he's got a ton of it, that's 4 screens of text messages. For me personally, as a consumer, I would never read any of this because it's just too much, way too much information. I'm overloaded. I would have to be super deep into the interest mode. I'd have to be ready to buy or something if I was going to read all that. But I'm not. Again, we've got the feature of the book again. We're using the black background so the book pops. Another call to action. And then finally, about the author. Oftentimes this is more towards the top because if you think of just the normal way communication goes, when you meet someone, you introduce yourself. So maybe they're testing right now. Maybe this is a test they're running. Let's put the intro at the very bottom because usually, let's try to scroll back up. Usually the intro would be, more around up here, maybe right over here. So either way, you do need an intro. You got to talk about the company. You got to put a face on the company. Doesn't matter if you're selling a book like this bloke, or if you have a website and you're selling your services and products. Landscaping website, whatever, IT consulting, business to business, whatever's. You want to put a face of the company. You want to put a name. People do business with people, and you have to humanize yourself, all right? And putting a real photo, not stock, is key. So whoever is not shy in the business, who's willing to put their face on the website, you need to do that because that's going to go a long way in building rapport. Because you have to recognize someone's on this website, they've never heard of this person, they don't know if it's real. It's all about building trust. And if you put a real looking photo with a real looking name, the prospect's going to feel a little more at ease. Like, oh, okay, I guess this is the real deal. This is a real person. His name is Scott, So this is very important for building trust. And this is for any website. It's for, not just for, sales funnel landing pages, as I said. And then we're done. So it's a pretty long, pretty deep funnel, but it's mostly testimonials, to be honest. It's mostly Amazon screenshots, testimonials, and then the screenshots of text messages. Super duper simple if you break it down like that. Very simple but very effective design. All right, color palette super simple, red, white, black, classic. Very good design work. So if you've got a funnel, if you're selling things, take a look at this. It's a really good example of a lot of the right things. Additionally, it doesn't have everything. This one only scratches the surface in regards to the different types of marketing content you can put on your page. I didn't see a section about objections, right? I didn't see anything like that. That's a really important section you could add. So I didn't see that there. And there's a bunch of other sections too that one could add. Anyway, that's about it. If you want your website to be properly done by the pros, come on down and see us, Massive Effect. All right, we've been doing it for ages. I've been at it since 2003, built heaps of websites, right? And then additionally, we are partnered with a nonprofit called Polaris, which makes rescue teams. So when you get a marketing package with us, we train a first responder. All right. So you're going to help save lives. You're going to help save your company, help save some lives. It's a beautiful thing. Come on down, check out the program over here. We talk about the nonprofit program and what the nonprofit is doing. So take a peek. If you want us to take a look at your website and see what we can do, come on down, massiveeffectmarketing.com. I can do a video and we'll see what's good, what's bad, and I'll make some suggestions and you can take it and run with it. All right. So until then, thank you very much and take care.